What's up everybody, everyone here with week 8 of Fortnite, chapter 3 season 8. And these week's challenges we got a lot of collecting different items and different weapons for the most part, and thankfully they are pretty easy items and weapons to find, so we shouldn't have much problem. Maybe the airstrike might be a problem for you. I got lucky, to be honest. We're gonna ride on the returning helicopter, the Choppa. I'm gonna use it a lot to go around the map. And yeah, so as usual, first we're going to start doing all the weekly challenges the best way possible, the most effective way. And then from there we're gonna cover the Omni chips. So this week I got all of the different variations you get with the Omni chips. But as you probably know or not, you can get Omni chips from leveling up. So, a combination of leveling up and getting these Omni chips on the map weekly. I got everything unlocked. We'll see if next week they're gonna keep giving us Omni chips like this, because not everyone's gonna be able to level up enough to unlock everything with the Omni chips. So maybe they'll continue to give us more of them. If that is the case, I'm still gonna cover them until they don't show up anymore. So yeah, after the Omni chips, we do the resistance quests, the resistance challenges, and then we go challenge by challenge, which, by the way, we're close to the end of the season. I'm probably gonna stop doing this next season, doing the challenge by challenge thing, because it's kind of redundant. I'm just doing the same thing twice in a different format. So yeah. So let's start this thing, doing all the challenges the most effective way. So I'm landing at south of Greasy Grove, the 7 Outpost south of Greasy Grove. We are getting a Combat SMG, which is one of the challenges. We need to do 500 damage with it, and I'm gonna be using it until I get that challenge. So near the outpost we got these craters, and we need to plant 3 saplings at these clusters. So as you can see, there are 3 of them here. We can do all 3 of them right here. So from here, as you can see here, I find an airstrike. I feel like it was really easy to find, but it's legendary. Maybe it's not that easy. I just got really lucky. You should be able to find them as chest loot, obviously, but also try going for, if you're having trouble, go for supply drops, because you will have a better chance of getting them. So from here we're going toward Command Cavern, and I use a little bit more of that Combat SMG for the 500 damage. So at Command Cavern we're going to use the airstrike to destroy a tank. So thankfully, once again, we don't need a tank being used by someone. I just use it against a tank that is just parked. I guess nobody's using tanks anymore. So I find this tank at the west of Command Cavern. And I guess you don't even need to destroy it. You just need to call into a tank. Now we're going to get a drum shotgun. That is another challenge we need to do. Here I go to the fortress and I finish off the Combat SMG challenge, 500 damage. I also try to start the drum shotgun, which is 150 damage from 10 meters off the opponent. Now from here, I think this is another match, but you could technically try doing this. You go to the 7 outposts at west of Command Cavern, and on each 7 outpost, by the way, there should be a chopper, a helicopter spawn. They don't always seem to spawn, and we need to use it for 1,000 meters, which you see here. I use it really fast. I'm gonna use a lot of the helicopter because it's really useful to get around. So I go to the gas station south of that 7 outposts, and I luckily find a repair torch, which is another thing we need. So we need to refuel the repair torch twice with the gas pump. And to do that, first we're just gonna use a little bit. Now with the repair torch selected, we go to the gas pump and just interact with it, and it's going to refuel the repair torch. We just do it twice. You use it again to refuel the second time, and that is another challenge. Now I got super lucky here on this gas station. I found a remote explosive, and we need that for another challenge. All we have to do is throw 2 remote explosives randomly. Now run and slide, and as you're sliding, detonate the 2 explosives. They're gonna detonate at the same time, and that is another challenge. For a second there I thought it didn't count for both of them. I had to throw them separately, but they do count if you just throw both. So now we're going back to the command cavern using the choppa, and I finish off the challenge doing that. So, you know, as you can see, the distance isn't that crazy. Now, and that is the last thing for the challenge. We use a jump shotgun at an IO guard at command cavern. It has to be right on their face. The 10 meters is actually pretty close, but against IO guards, really easy, you know, shouldn't be a problem. And that is it for this week's weekly challenges. As I told you, pretty simple stuff. It's just about finding things and using against IO guards or opponents. It shouldn't be a problem. So now we're going to cover the Omni chips. So we got 3 Omni chips at Coney Crossroads, 3 Omni chips at Shell or High Water, and 3 Omni chips at the Jonesies. Once again, except for the Shell or High Water, the 2 other Omni chips, you were going to pass through those locations when you do some of the resistance quests for this week, so you can combine them. And also, like I said in the intro of the video, if you've done every single Omni chip and you've leveled up enough, you should be done with all the unlockables that you need Omni chips for. So you probably won't need them anymore. I don't know if we're gonna get more of them next week. Even if we do, I'm still gonna cover them, because I know not everyone is going to be leveling up high enough to get everything. Next up, we got the resistance quest for this week. So we got device uplink near Sanctuary or Rocky Reels. So I'm going to the Sanctuary because I feel like Rocky Reels is kind of a little chaotic. Also, it's a good idea to get a helicopter here, though you don't need to do this on the same match. So, you know, I guess doesn't really matter. Just make it easier, I guess.
Victory! Well, temporary victory. Hey, it's been a hard fight. But today, the imagined order was forced to retreat. I've consulted the rest of the 7, and we agree. A celebration is in order. Deliver these party invitations to battalion leaders across the map.
So the actual challenge is talk to Mancake, Bow Bros, and Lil Whip. So like I said, use the helicopter. We're going to Coney Crossroads. If you want, there are 3 Omni ships at Coney Crossroads as well. Little Whip is at Coney Crossroads.
I think that we all need to blow off some steam. I'm going through some personal stuff right now. But let's not talk about that. It's party time. Woo!
Now we're going to Butter Barn near Rocky Reels to talk to Mancake.
It doesn't matter who you are or where you came from. If you fight for us, you are one of us, right?
And lastly, we're going to Condo Canyon to talk to Bugle.
It is important for all of us, including the Seven, to remember what we're fighting for. The island, reality itself, and most importantly, you, the loopers.
The next device uplink is at near the Daily Bugle or the Jonesies. So I'm doing this at the Jonesies because there are free Omni chips there. So I'm gonna take advantage of that.
That party was awesome. Somebody told you it was your job to clean up, right? I mean, I can help a little. I could use a little post-party debrief to clear my head.
The actual challenge is destroy trash laying around Sanctuary. You need to destroy 8 of them.
I'm concerned I got a little festive last night. And I have a distinct memory of bragging to the imagined about, you know, all the secret IO stuff that I know. Is it weird that she wanted to know so much about how their file system worked? Answering my own question. Yes. Yes, it is. I think the Imagine told me something important last night. What was it? Think. No. Oh, ow. Stop thinking. Thinking hurts. Ignorance. Oh, that's a place to be. That's it. The Imagine said she's sick of not knowing who she is. And every time she looks for answers, it's like someone is one step ahead of her. And then I made what I thought was like a hilarious joke that upon further reflection makes me want to stop thinking about this entirely.
The next device uplink is near Shifty Shafts or Logjam Lumberyard. So I'm getting the one kind of in between Logjam and Shifty Shafts.
So, obviously, you know, I set up a personal relay with the Paradigm. The Origin is convinced she's a traitor because she broke out of a prison he had to be rescued from. He thinks she had inside help, but he has no proof. Old men and their hunches, I guess. And even if he did have proof, I believe people can change. I have to believe that. Paradigm instructed me to stand by for important information. And then the imagined order jacked my signal. Help me gather and destroy their jammers so I can hear what she had to say.
So the actual challenge is collect signal jammers. It's all 3 of them. So I kind of messed up here because there is a signal jammer right where I got the device uplink. But as you can see here, I'm landing because it's another match. I tried going up this mountain, but I went left and I went all around the mountain and I didn't see this little patch of green that you have to go to the top of the mountain. So I thought I had to land there, which is why I didn't get it right away. But now you know, you can see clearly the patch of green that allows you to go up the mountain.
Maybe you think I'm naive for seeing the good in the Paradigm. Truth is, I don't remember anything about my past. At all. But I believe in what the Seven is doing. And I'm here, aren't I?
So the other 2 are the one near Logjam Lumberyard. And if you get lucky, see if there's a helicopter in there so that you can go to the last one, which is south of Command Cavern.
able to open up like that before. I feel like I can trust you. So, thanks for being there for me. Now, to decrypt this transmission.
Now for the next device uplink is near 7 Outpost 1 or Synapse Station. So I go to 7 Outpost 1 because you could possibly get a helicopter in there. But I already had a helicopter, so it didn't matter for me. But, you know, for you, it's better to go there.
So, you helped the Imagined contact the Paradigm. I knew I couldn't trust you completely. That being said, I've listened to the Paradigm's message. If she's right, if she really has detected energy fluctuations with that signature, we're in dire straits. I need you to pick up a sensor backpack and go to Loot Lake, confirm, or hopefully refute her findings.
So the first part of the challenge here is equip the sensor backpack. So there's one south to the towers and one east of Camp Cuddle. We're going to that one. I feel like it's easier, especially for the next part of the challenge.
Got it. That's not good.
So next part of the challenge, we need to use the sensor backpack to find an energy fluctuation around Loot Lake. So they just give you the marker of Loot Lake. There are 3 possible locations on Loot Lake. I'm not going to show all 3 of them, but they're only going to show on the minimap when you're close to them. As you see here, this is the nearest location anyway. You just need one. This is the nearest location anyway, so you just get this one.
Someone get the scientist in here now. We're in trouble. Big trouble.
And that is it for this week's resistance challenges. So now we're going for the actual weekly challenges, you know, challenge by challenge. Once again, this season is going to be the last time I do this challenge by challenge thing. I'm just doing the effective part next season. You know, nobody said anything if they like the way I've been doing things. If you do want me to keep doing the challenge by challenge thing, just comment and I'll just do it, you know. I don't know what you guys want. So first off, we got call in an airstrike on a tank. So you should be able to find airstrikes from the regular loot or supply drops. If you want a guaranteed supply drop, you can go for the random boat that goes around the map. Now you just need to throw the airstrike into a tank. Now you don't need to do this against a tank that has someone in it. Just an empty tank is gonna work. You just need to call it in. It doesn't need to destroy the tank either. Next, we got deal damage to enemies with the Combat SMG. We need to do 500 damage. It's cumulative, you don't need to do it in one match. So just use the SMG until you get this challenge. And next we got deal damage to opponents from 10 meters or less with the drum shotgun. We need to do 150 damage. So try doing this against IO guards at Command Cavern or the IO guards at the fortress, and Sloan is also gonna count. Or against regular enemies. It has to be pretty close. 10 meters is not a lot, so just be on their face. Shouldn't be a problem. The drum shotgun is pretty OP anyway. Next we got Detonate Remote Explosives while sliding. So remote explosives come in packs of 3. Just find one and just throw 2 of them at the same time. It's gonna count. And now just run, slide, and detonate while you're sliding. And that is just the challenge. I thought for a second it didn't count, throwing two at the same time, but it just took some time to update. It does count. Next, we got plant saplings at bomb crater clusters. We need to plant 3 of them. You can do all 3 of them in the same location. You know, I'm doing the one near the 7 outposts south of Greasy Grove. Next, we got Refuel repair torch at a gas pump. We need to do that twice, so find a repair torch. Use just a little bit, doesn't matter how much you use it. Now, with the repair torch selected, go up to a gas pump and you're gonna get the option to refuel it with square. Press square, you're gonna refuel it. Now use the second time, just a little bit, doesn't matter, and refuel it a second time, and that is the challenge. Now lastly for this week, we got travel 1000 meters in the Choppa. The Choppa is the helicopter, obviously. So basically every 7 outpost has a Choppa. They don't always spawn, you know, it's not 100% spawn rate, unfortunately. It doesn't take that long to get the 1000 meters. I also recommend that you use the Choppa to go around, you know, it makes things easier. And I'll show you all the locations here if you need. But anyway, that is it for this week of challenges. I feel like pretty easy. The last few weeks normally are pretty easy, you know, because I feel like people stop caring a little bit, and they stop caring as well. But yeah, so we got at least 3 more weeks according to the resistance challenges. You know, they say week 11. We might have 5 weeks actually, because normally we have 2 weeks to transition to the next season. I don't know, we never know what they're gonna do. They actually have a date when it's gonna end. I don't remember when it is, but we're close to the end of this season. So yeah, anyway guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, use code Avignon at the Epic Games Store and the Fortnite item shop. And once again, if you do care about me doing the challenges separately like I've been doing all this time, just comment. I'm gonna keep doing that. Otherwise, next season I'm just doing the most effective way, and if they have something like the Omni chips and the resistance quest that I can't do at the same time as the weekly challenge, I'll do that separately. But yeah, I'll see you next week for more. Goodbye.